Good morning, everyone. I wanted to thank those of you that took part in my straw survey of the question I asked about what you thought the number one attribute that a person has in order to be, or needs, in order to be successful in real estate. That question and your answers led me down a pretty deep rabbit hole, I guess you could say, on trying to determine what that number one characteristic or attribute of a successful real estate agent is. Looking at all the answers I got, and I got probably 70, 80 different people submitting an answer to that question, we had many responses that used the word perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, which I thought was interesting, persistence, and resilience. And when I started to look up those words, I found that a synonym with most of these was perseverance. When I dug down into perseverance and what it is, I ran across the term grit many times. I think we all know what grit is, and maybe we have our own definition of what a characteristic of grit is. But I think it's important to be successful in real estate. You have to have perseverance, which is grit. And so I started to look into, what if you don't have grit? How do you get more gritty? Or is grit, can you develop grit? If you're a leader or a team leader or a broker, can you develop grit in a person? And what that led me to was a very smart person by the name of Carol Dweck. She's a Stanford University professor, and I believe she pioneered the word growth mindset. And what growth mindset is, it's a mindset that you have that your learning is not fixed. You can always learn more, And so there's a whole lot of research on growth mindset. There's some really good, videos out there if you want to quick learn about it. A lot of good research, books. I'm about ready to get into those. But what learning does for a lot of people, or the continuous pursuit to learn or to grow, it gives a person confidence. And I believe that is what allows us to persevere when times get tough. When we're in 2008 and the market crashes, are we going to persevere and get through that? And perseverance has a lot to do with stamina too. You can't wake up in the morning, go to work, and expect to be rewarded every day. You have to be prepared to make it through those tough days, those tough weeks, those tough months. And if you have that characteristic or you've developed perseverance, you're going to get through it. And I believe that's what's going to define a successful agent. If you think about it, all of us have started at the same spot. Most of us, I guess. We took the same test. We studied the same things, and then we joined a brokerage. What made the difference in that successful agent versus the person that lasted 6 months or a year and got out of the business? Did they persevere, through that first month, through the first 3 months or first 6 months without getting a paycheck? Did they show up early and stay late? Did they learn how to do a CMA better? Did they work on their listing presentation? Did they put 4 hours of preparation into an open house? That's the type of things that I think are going to separate a lot of the successful agents versus some that may not be so successful. There's also, there's a grit scale test. It was written by Angela Duckworth. She's a psychologist professor at the University of Pennsylvania, studies grit. She's very smart. She actually has a test you can take to see how gritty you are. I thought it was really interesting. I took the test. I'll tell you my score. I'm a 4.3 out of 5. I have some room for improvement on the grit scale. So anyway, thank you again for leading me down this path. It was a real experience for me. I enjoyed it, and hopefully you can take something away from it. Have a great day.